You have been the bane of my life for far too long. So now I'm going to cut you. What's up, Maiden? This is my DIY self-build, and on today's episode we're going to sort out the epoxy bloody shower tray. First things first, I need a bit of a template, so I'm going to cut this wood down quickly because I need some strips. Let's give you the lowdown. Said shower tray was supposed to go here. Now this area is basically 1300 wide, just over, and I left a little bit of wiggle room just in case I was off square, but it's not enough wiggle room for this tray, which is actually supposed to be 1300, but it's actually 1308 millimeters, and that's only at the bottom because the bottom's bigger. The option is take out the bottom of this wall with this cement board, take out the tanking, any jointing that I've done, take out this plasterboard, take out this door liner, and then I could get it in. That would have been a tremendous amount of work that I didn't really want to do, and I wanted to come up with a better solution. Now that solution currently is plan B, which is cut down the shower tray. So I'm going to give that a crack. Now I'm going to use them strips that I just cut to put a template around here just to make sure and see what I'm left with in comparison to the shower tray before I cut down the shower tray. Template's laid on, it's squared that edge, and it's bigger both this way and this way, but this is the edge that I need to cut. It's 5 or 6 mil bigger on the top and worse at the bottom because it flares out. Now I need to cut that edge, but I was concerned before because it would leave this edge very, very thin, but I'm going to reinforce that now. Hopefully that works. And I was also worried about this acrylic cap delaminating from the stone resin below. That's a risk I'm just going to have to take. I'm not sure of the bonding qualities of this acrylic capping, especially after it's been cut. But what can you do? All marked out. Okay, so we're all ready for tomorrow. I'll grab the chainsaw and then we'll get going. I'll see you then. Only joking. I'll not use a bloody chainsaw. That was just a hook. Clickbait, and then it was the hook. And if you're still here, well, you might as well stay now. Hate the game, not the player. I use an angle grinder. I've got a diamond disc. This is the flat type. I didn't want to get a serrated one just in case it chipped out the acrylic. This is about 45 mil deep, so that angle grinder won't quite get through it, so I'm going to have to do a bit of finessing. I've had to take the guard off as well because this is a 125 blade and this only normally fits a 115 blade. I got the bigger blade because I was going to get an extra tool, but I decided against it in the end. I think that went okay. So there is my cut. It's pretty straight all the way through. This is the bit that I actually cut off, and just as I picked it up, can you see that crack just there? So yeah, that's what I don't want to happen to this. So hopefully my plan's going to work, but that's that bit gone. And so the bottom of this tray is now 1299. So this tray is absolutely shocking. I'll tell you the manufacturer later. I've got a little bit more information on them as well. So yeah, oversized. This grid pattern at the bottom, this is where you would have the support legs. And if I put this across here, it's not flat at all. So one corner looks fine, and another corner looks completely mashed. So I'm going to get the grinder on that as well, take that down a little bit and take that edge off there. This is the opposite end to what I cut. Yeah. Plan of action is to use some epoxy cement to reinforce that bit down there. Now I was going to do that just now, and I grabbed the gear out the van, got it from Toolstation. It comes in a yellow bucket, and then this one they've actually given me just ready mix mortar. I didn't even look at it. I just thought it was the right thing. So now I'm off back to Toolstation to go, what the bloody hell's going on? Give me the right thing. And I'll see you in a bit. He's back. Absolute Touch Toolstation's open 15 minutes away. The other one used to be 25 minutes. This is the stuff that I wanted. Epoxy Set 105 from Everbuild. So this is a heavy duty epoxy mortar kit. Now, my theory is this is epoxy stone or stone resin, which is basically stone and epoxy, yeah? And then this is epoxy, i.e. resin, and some like aggregate, bit of sand, whatever it is, don't know. I reckon it's pretty much the same stuff. So it's got to work, yeah? So in the kit, we've got the resin, the hardener, and then this sandy kind of powdery stuff, which looks pretty much the same color as this, doesn't it? So yeah, we mix all of that together. I think I probably only need about a half, but should I just mix all of it? And then this is like a substitute terps that you spray on your trowel. I'm also going to use this to go on the ends, and then that will keep it in. I'm going to keep it level with this, and I'm going to try and form something like this over here with a bit of a trowel spreader, whatever it is. So it doesn't stick to that because I haven't got release agent or anything. I'm just going to use a bit of cling film. I don't know whether that will work. And then I've got these straps, so I'm going to put the straps all the way around, keep this on the end, and then just fill it in, and it's like icing a cake. I reckon that's going to work. What do you think? Now the only issue I've got is bonding the new stuff to the old stuff. I believe with this kind of epoxy resin stuff, you need like a tack coat. Have any of you ever done any of this kind of stuff? But I haven't got that, so this is going to be the risk. I mean, mixing chemicals together, I'm going to use a bit of SBR. Do you reckon that'll work, or it would just like, am I totally going to mess it up now just because I'm putting this on? If anything, I'm going to put this on first, just in case there's any powder on that, and it will just like seal it in. I'll wait until it gets tacky and then I'll put the stuff on. I'm going to mix that together with my drill, which is down there already, and that's got the same paddle that I used to do the tanking on the house. I was going to throw it away, but it's perfect for this. Mixing up the tiny last bit of this. It's good, it's good. Okay, next day. I think it's gone all right. It needs 24 hours to cure. It hasn't been 24 hours, but it's pretty solid. I didn't use all of the sand. I read on the reviews that it was a bit of a dry mix, and obviously I wanted to shape it nice. This is how much I had left over, so quite a lot. That's solid in there. So whilst it is solid, I can tell it's not quite dry. It's almost got soft. I can just about dig my nail in. So I'm going to take this edge off now, and then I can leave it to dry for another day until tomorrow. Oh. Is it working? Yeah. Just to show you, I propped it up this end just in case it decided to slump down, so if it was lifted it would slump more to this end. But I reckon that's done the job. So the cling film worked. There's a tiny bit stuck on it. It does come out slightly, but I cut this back enough so I could afford to do that. There's a little bit of cling film on. I think what I'll do is I'll make sure that it's properly dry, and then I'll do a dry fit again. Just double checking with a template. I've lined this side up so it's square at the end. And then this side, it's inside still. So I've probably got maybe 2-3 mil there. Over here it's closer. Yeah, that's 2 mil. So I reckon I'll be able to leave that. I'm going to leave that to dry, so I'm going to cut the waste out now. I've already marked where the waste is going to go. Now I need to create like a keyhole. So this whole thing is about 115 wide, and it needs to go through the actual wood all the way out, and the tray's going to obviously be sitting up a little bit higher, so above here. So by the time you come across to here, that's going to come up through the wood as well. So you need to make sure you cut out plenty, because you don't really want to be messing about afterwards. Unfortunately, I've only got a 114 wood saw, hole saw. So I'm going to cut that out first and then I'll use my jigsaw to make it bigger. This is 90mm, the circle that I've drawn. I'll try and show you how to find the centre because I'm going to use a compass to make it bigger. This circle's a bit small, so you might not get it, but you might understand the principle. It might help you one day. Right, first of all you want to draw 2 lines anywhere on here, just not parallel to each other. So I'm just going to go, just to make it easier, I'll draw them at 70mm because you want to mark the middle, which is 35 in this case. Okay, so there's one there, and let's do one over here. Okay, that's 70, that's 35. So if you go right angles off of them lines, so right angles off that one, right angles off this one, that is the centre. Get it? Line, line, these can be anywhere apart from parallel. Centre, right angle, draw a line, where it intercepts, that's the centre of the circle. That's clever, isn't it? Sorted. So there's my keyhole. Now I think, so under here I've got a double joist. I'm pretty sure it might skim across there. So we'll cut this out and we'll see how far this comes across, and then we're going to get the jigsaw on this. I got the key. And then that is going to sit about there. Now we don't have any tanking left over, so I'm going to seal these edges here. Look at how close that is flush. I've used SBR here because it's got low viscosity and it get drawn into the wood a lot better, and it's actually waterproof. You can use a PVA, but if you do use PVA, make sure you use the waterproof one, because normal PVA re-emulsifies when it gets wet, so that's not the kind of thing that you actually want to use. There's plenty of people out there that say that they're using PVA for this kind of thing. They don't actually clarify whether they're using waterproof or not, so be careful. I think I'm just going to make this video extra long. It's Christmas, so fill your boats. Whilst we're talking about glue and stuff, I still haven't glued that bit on there, so I'm just going to do that now. This is the bit that Dan knocked off with the planer accidentally when he didn't lift up soon enough. So I'm just going to glue it back on. I can't find my wood glue, but I have just bought some Gorilla Glue. This is polyurethane. I've never used it. It says it's activated by water, so you need to damp whatever you're going to actually glue. Do I need to damp both sides? Should I just do that anyway, just in case? I don't know. Tell me, do you need to dampen it both sides? It expands apparently, so ooh, frog tape it. Tight, tight. I'll leave it like that for an hour or two, and then I can take the strap off and close the door. I need to get a sander. I want an orbital sander. I want one. I need a tool company to hook me up, don't I, really? Morning. I joke, it's afternoon. I've been dreading this part. So I'm going to do a sand and cement base, and then I need to get the shower tray on top of it. Now, the issue with that is this weighs about 44 kilograms. I'm just on my own. Last time I done a tray this size, it was slightly bigger. I think it was 1.4 by a meter, and there was 3 of us that actually done it. Me, Dan, and Adam, the plasterer in the last house. How strong am I feeling? I need to figure out a way to do this. So I'm gonna have a little practice, see if my arms are strong enough, because we need to get it in without disturbing the cement base. So the only way I can think of doing that is like this. So I think if I stand it up here, like I'll prop it up a little bit at the bottom, and then I need to grab it somehow here, go like that, and then lower it down to here, like that. Now, can I do it with one arm? I'm going to do a test run. I'm going to put that over here. I'll lay it down. I'm going to use my suckers, and then I'm going to put a piece of wood in between, and I'll use that as my handle. Yeah. Okay. I can do it. I can do it. Right, I'm going to do a dry fit just in case I need to take that down another mil. I don't think I do. Then I'll start mixing up my sand and cement. I can also mark out on the floor exactly where I need to take the cement to as well. Time to mix up my cement. I'm just going to use white cement because I've got it in this bucket, and I need this bucket for the compost toilet. Hopefully it'll be the last bucket that I ever use. Right, I'm going to do quite a dry mix. I understand that the less water that you put in, the less shrinkage you're going to get, and then that's better for this kind of situation. We're going to go to say 5 to 1. So quite a weak mix. We're using builder sand. Got a little bit of plasticizer. I'm going to put the plasticizer in the sand, like a dry mix instead of putting it in water. This sand's a bit wet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think that's going to be enough. Let's double it. Okay, we're all mixed up. It's quite dry. I didn't actually add any water to it. I just kept it as is. Make sure it's all mixed up. Now, remember, I'm a DIY. I've done this 3 times before, but I can't remember exactly what I've done. So that's enough to like keep it together. And we're going to do it like screeding. So if you can grab it and like clump it, that's good enough. Well, I think it is anyway. I think it is. And it's always a killer mixing up by hand when you've got a cement mixer sitting right there. Okay, we're ready. So I've already seen how level this is, and it's slightly off. So this bit of wood is slightly bigger than that bit of wood, and that keeps it level. So we want to try and get this as level and flat as possible. because if this was off by 3mm, I know the shower tray is already off, so if you add that together, that's 6mm that you could possibly be out of level, so we don't want that. I'm going to do it like screeding, and I've actually done screeding before in our old extension. Dan and his brothers were barrowing in the screed and I was screeding it off. I've done all right, considering it was my first time. We did need to use a bit of like latex afterwards though. So I'm just going to dump some across here, and then I've got this, and then I'll basically drag it across, and then I'll take them bits of wood out afterwards, and then I'll pack that in. I've got 2 buckets there, and there's a tiny bit in the barrow still. Oh, make sure that your floor's properly sealed. There was a little bit on the edge that hadn't been, even though it's P5 board. I'll put SBR on it just in case, because you don't want to suck the moisture out of this and then it all goes wrong, like on Roger Bisbee's video. I think I'm going to need loads more bowls. I reckon that's 1, 2. I need another 2 buckets. Fuck it. Don't make that mistake. I'm exhausted now. I've still got to do this. Now I've got to lift the train as well. Right, I'm going to put you on time lapse.
Do you believe in Santa Claus?
Okay, almost there. Right, I've checked it with the levels. We're pretty much level on the cement that I've just done. I'm going to wipe this down just to get any powder off. The last thing I want is to drop this thing. If you're interested in these suckers, link in the description. I've got a couple of bits of polystyrene just to rest it on this side. Action plan is put it on top of this, let it down, don't do my back in, leave it, and then move the suckers into the middle, lift it, that last little bit. We pretty much want it to be bang on straight away, don't we? You don't want to do it again. Double sucked. Ready. recording. Oh God. Oh God. Right, ready? Oh, fuck, just slipped. Come on. Are we on? Bang on. Bang on. It's maybe a millimetre off. Yeah. Bang on. Okay. Sorted! I don't know why I panicked, so I only needed about half a bucket extra. If that, maybe a quarter. Yeah, so I've mixed out a load of gear and I don't need it now. I'm happy with that. Isn't that amazing? I didn't have to rip apart any of this. We'll quickly go downstairs, we'll check underneath for that trap. Might get a bit more gear and just shove it in that hole there. All done. Quite a short day today, but a little bit stressful. I'm just going to tidy up my stuff and then I'll see you tomorrow and we'll have a little bit of a chat. Afternoon. I'm not really doing much. I'm just killing time. Last night I ran out of gas whilst I was cooking my dinner, so I had to use this oven. Just imagine you in your nice warm house having your dinner and there's me al fresco dining at the end of December. So this hasn't quite cured just yet, it's only been a day, but we're going to leave that over Christmas anyway. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'll probably put a little bit of SBR on there when we come back to it. That is an 18mm gap, and the reason why it's bigger is because the bits in the middle are lower than the actual edge. So you might ask, how are you going to actually finish this? So I have got luxury vinyl planks that I'm using. They're 4mm fit. I've got 3mm underlay, so that's 7mm. And actually in this area, I'm probably going to ply it as well. I'm going to use 9mm ply, and there's another reason for that you'll see later. So that'll leave a tiny bit showing, but you just mastic that. If I don't use ply, I'll just get a bead and put it down. So this tray is a bit of an unusual size. It's 1300 by 900. There's not many out on the market. I wasn't going to make it this way originally. The architects actually had this wall further out this way and then just like a cubicle one. Obviously me being me, I've redesigned it. I've moved the wall in this way so we've got more room in there. Done a full width tray, and I was going to do it 800 deep originally just because of the headroom up there, but I decided last minute to push it out that way just to have a bit more room, and I knew that I could get a 900 by 1300 tray. I just didn't realise how few of them there are on the market. If you've seen one of my last videos, you realise that this particular tray was actually too large for the area that I'd created. Now, I wanted to get a new tray at that point. I thought, right, this is probably the ideal opportunity to try and partner with a firm if I can. So I contacted a company called Merlin. I emailed their technical department and asked them if their 1300 by 900 tray had any tolerances at all, and also contacted their marketing department to see if they was interested in working together. The technical department got back and said that their trays are bang on, no tolerances whatsoever, and the marketing department then chose to forward my email to the technical department again, totally ignore me, and then that person in the technical department told me that their trays are plus or minus 2 millimeters. So that's the kind of confidence that they're going to inspire me with. I will never use that company for the rest of my life. So that's how I work. I vote with my feet. And the first time that happened was with pizza. I ordered some pizza online, and then about 40 minutes later, they actually emailed me and said, "Oh, sorry, we've run out of pizza." And then I asked for a refund and I never got it, and I just couldn't be bothered to chase it up. So I will never get Pizza Hut for the rest of my life. Now, obviously, like Merlin, they was quite pleasant. They was polite with me, but obviously there was just a level of incompetence there I just didn't want to deal with. Right, I thought I'd chance my arm at this company. So it's MX Group that make this actual tray. So I contacted their technical department, or just their inquiries contact. And I thought I'd ask them what the situation was, basically. But actually, let's act this out, right? Hi, I bought one of your trays. It was 1300 by 900, and it's actually bigger than that. It comes out about 8 mil bigger, and I can't fit it in the space. Is there any way that you can assist me at all? Oh, well, don't you know, like, these trays just come out bigger? You don't know that. So what it is, it's like that size that we actually give you, it's just nominal. Doesn't really mean much. It's just that it just gives you an indication of how big your shower screen should be. But don't you know, like, the bottom is bigger than the top? Well, you didn't know that. Everyone knows it. It's common knowledge. That's how we get it out of the molds, isn't it? Like, all the manufacturers do it. Yeah, like, you know, what we actually do is we make it bigger, because sometimes it shrinks. So we aim kind of like 1306 on the top and about 13010 on the bottom, just in case it shrinks down. And then measurements are about plus or minus 3 mil or something. So you just get what you get and just deal with it. Yeah, look, I'm telling the truth. Like, it's on this list of excuses, how to fob off customers. Oh shit, you wasn't meant to have that, can I have it back? So that's pretty much how it went. Like, how ridiculous is that? So just bear that in mind. Your shower tray is probably going to be bigger at the bottom than it is the top. And I emailed several companies, all of their technical departments, asking what their tolerances were. And most of them actually say, like, there was a metal one I was looking at, that was plus or minus 5 mil. They don't tell you how big the top and bottom is. There is one company that I found that do it that I would be happy to use in the future. I'll flash up their details here. So they actually give you the measurements for the top and the bottom, and it's in a list, and you can check all of their trays, and they actually give that information. And at no point will their trays go over the advertised amount according to their details. So they'll give you the bottom measurement, top measurement, plus or minus whatever it is, and it's still within the actual sizes that they give you. I was going to get one of them, but then I just thought, right, I'm just going to try and cut this. I know a few of you suggested about cutting this, and I was cautious about it because of, like, the structural integrity of it, which I found a solution for that. In terms of delamination, I think it will be okay. It will be pinned down this side anyway with a mastic or silicone, if you like. Dan said that he would have smashed out this wall already. There was a couple of you that said maybe take out the wall. That would have been a lot of work I didn't really want to do. And I could buy another tray for anywhere between £300 and £500, but I'm quite frugal. I don't like to spend money when I don't need to, and I'm a big advocate for value for money as well. And I just couldn't see the value in buying a £300 to £500 tray that wouldn't necessarily fit as well because of the tolerances, until I found out that actually there are trays that exist that you can cut. The Novellini one does have one that you can cut at the ends. That's just acrylic with some kind of board, and then it's got a metal channel around the edge as well, but not in the bit that you cut. That's the one that I was, my preference would be that one, because it's a lot bloody lighter as well. I emailed her and I said, how much do this tray weigh? And she said, I think it was 30 kilograms, which is a lot lighter than something like this at 44. So there are a few trays out there that you can cut. Now, I didn't know that existed. So this leads to this next little story, which we will also act out. I'm not like all like jazz hands kind of person, but you know. Hi, I'm Aidan. Hi. Now, I've taken on a large DIY self-build, and I was looking on YouTube to find a bit of inspiration from someone doing something similar, but there wasn't anything. So I decided to actually do that for myself and inspire other DIYers and self-builders out there. I've come up with a little bit of a problem with my shower tray. It doesn't fit the space that I've created. And I've come across your products and I can see that you can actually cut them. I didn't know that that even existed. And considering I'm quite handy, I'm assuming that there's loads of other people that don't realise that as well. So I'm thinking it would probably be a great opportunity for a company like yourself to get that information out there. So I'm wondering if you'd like to come to some kind of arrangement where I can promote your product. That sounds good. Let me have a chat with someone and I'll come back to you. That sounds good, Aidan. We can work with you on this. What tray was you looking at? Lovely. I was thinking of this tray here. That'll work for me. Okay, let me take your delivery address. We'll get it out to you next week. Brilliant. Okay, so we can come up with a one-time offer and we will discount our tray to you for 40%. You see, I'm not that gullible, because their advertised price on their actual website is a lot more than their actual distributors. And obviously with that discount, I would end up saving about 20-30 quid from one of their distributors. So I was just like, right, so you're expecting me to do all this work and me pay for the privilege of that, all to get a bloody shower tray and promote their business for free, basically. Well, it would have been at a cost to me because it would have taken me time to actually do it in the first place. I would have filmed it. I'm getting into color grading as well and color correction. Like, it takes me absolutely bloody hours. And I was going to buy an extra tool to get a proper cut on it. Not what I've done on this. I was going to do it properly, but no. Listen to this, right? I'll put this up.
If 3 years ago when I was asked this question, what degree gives you the highest chance of success in a career? Number one would have been engineering, number two engineering, number three engineering. And generally it's the graduating cohort of engineers, and about a third of those classes go on to take their ideas, turn them into patents, turn them into businesses. But I've changed my mind in the last 2 years, and I'll tell you why, Evan. Since the pandemic hit, the number one demand I have for my companies are people that can take the concept of the business and tell a story about it. Produce a video, do really rich photography, build out 59-second, 39-second, 29-second videos, 14-second videos to plaster all over social media to sell product direct to customer. So if you're a graduate from the arts, or you're a writer, or you're a photographer, or an editor, or videographer, all of a sudden I'm paying you $150,000. And I would have thought I could have hired you for nothing because you were a starving artist.
You know what I mean? No, I'm not asking for stuff for free just because of it. I'm asking essentially for an exchange in value. Now, obviously you give me something of value, I give you something in return. I'm not going to just knock out a video that's like rubbish. I'm going to take a lot of bloody time to actually make sure that that is the best quality that I can possibly do. And I'm getting better at things, do you not think? Look, I'm even changing positions to maintain your interest. I want to say thanks to Andy Mack, the legend that is the Gosforth handyman. He gave my channel a shout out. It's pretty hard to get any traction on YouTube. Go and check out his channel if you can. And as a result of that, and all of because I got monetized about a month ago, I'm actually earning basically about £100 a month off of this now, which is brilliant because that covers my subscription fee. My aim was to get a subscription, cover my Photoshop subscription fee of £10 a month. So I've smashed that now. I only need to maybe 20x it, and then maybe I won't have to get a rubbish job at the end of this. Bearing in mind that a lot of the audience, you guys that are watching, you're about my age. I am actually 38. I will share the secret of my youth in a later episode, and I'll probably charge you for it as well. But I'm joking. So yeah, obviously my audience, this is the spread, and most of us, we should be at the highest earning income of our lives essentially. So we've got a lot of money to spend, so the advertisers, they target you, and that's the reason why I'm doing all right. Even though my channel's really bloody small, I do all right out of the advertisements because the advertisers pay more money because they know that you've got more money to spend. So you know, before I said, right, I've got 4 weeks to finish off the cartilage. Winter is tomorrow. I think it's 21st December. It's not happened, has it? I kind of felt like defeated with the whole shower tray thing, and that took me ages to sort out. There was quite a few nights where I didn't sleep trying to figure out what to do. And then I was waiting on my plasterer to come. He wasn't, well, he was out of action, still is, and he will be out of action for another 6 months, he said. In the meantime, I did contact the electrician and say, look, just come and do what you need to do, because my plaster is not going to be coming anytime soon, I don't think, and he'll have to plaster around it. And then he said that he can't do until next year. With everything, I just thought, right, I haven't really got much to do. I have got stuff to do, I can do it, but I just kind of gave up. So for like 2.5, 3 weeks, last 2.5, 3 weeks, I haven't done anything, really. I did go home for a bit, back to London. I had to sort my van out. Come back here, I've just faffed about. I just sat in the caravan, just watching YouTube and stuff. Just like whatever, just take my time. I have booked another plasterer. The other one that I was going to use, he said that he can do it, finish it off on the 23rd of December for me. And then he messaged me the other day and he said that he can do tomorrow now. So it'll get finished tomorrow, and then I'm going to go back. And then in the new year, I'll come back, I'll toll this, and then I'll be waiting for the electrician. So I think I'm going to love you and leave you now. If you've made it this far and you're not subscribed, then please do so. Make sure you push that bell notification. Merry Christmas. I'll see you later.
Do you believe in Santa Claus?